So Jrue Holiday has been traded to the Boston Celtics. Today, I'm going to give my initial thoughts, quick breakdown, and give trade grades to both the Celtics and the Portland Trail Blazers. So let's get right into things. If you guys enjoyed the video, make sure to smash that like, subscribe, and comment down below. What do you guys think of the trade? Who are the winners? Who are the losers? Did the Celtics give too much for Jrue Holiday? Let me know down below. But first up, for the Celtics, I'm giving them a grade of an A. You make this trade 10 out of 10 times, in my opinion. Jrue Holiday is one of the most well-rounded point guards in the entire NBA. And arguably, when you look at the way he is as a player, he's probably the best point guard that you can find anywhere who can seamlessly fit into an already well-constructed team. He's not like a Steph Curry, a Ja Morant, a Trae Young, a Luka, where you have to build the team around him. If you already got a team in place and you're looking for that final piece of the puzzle, he's your guy. We saw that gamble pay off with the Bucks when they traded 3 first-round picks and 2 swaps for him, what was it, 3 years ago? And obviously they went on and won a championship, right? Now, the Jrue Holiday today is a bit older, obviously. He's 33 years old. But with that being said, he's fresh off an all-star season. He doesn't look like he's declining anytime soon. His play style itself isn't reliant on freak athleticism or anything like that. So I think he's going to age just fine. Now, the on-court fit, when you look at it, I feel like it's perfect. We already said that he's probably the best point guard you can find that can seamlessly fit anywhere. But look, offensively, he's going to be asked to be, a number 3, number 4 offensive option, which is perfect for him. You know, in Milwaukee most recently, especially with Chris Middleton being out with injuries and things like that, he was often asked to be the number 2 guy next to Giannis. And truth be told, sometimes he excelled, sometimes he didn't. You know, in the playoffs, his efficiency did take quite a big hit. And he was just taking like too many shots per game, more than what, he has been used to doing his entire career, and probably not the best role for him, I suppose, right? Now in Boston, he's going to be next to Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, Kristaps Porzingis. Like, he's going to have a ton of offensive support around him. His job is going to be cut out for him pretty nicely. So I feel like the fit there is perfect, at least offensively. He's also the best pure playmaker, I suppose, that the Celtics have really had since Rajon Rondo. You look at all the point guards ever since, you got Kyrie, Isaiah Thomas, Kemba Walker. These guys are all score first point guards. Marcus Smart, quite the opposite, defensive, hard-nosed, gritty, and things like that. But Jrue Holiday strikes the perfect balance. He's a very, very good playmaker. Look, he's no CP3, LeBron, or Luka, but he's a tier right below that. And for a team like the Celtics who have struggled to find their half-court offense, especially in close fourth quarter games, in crunch time situations, I feel like his experience, his playmaking is going to come in big time. Now, defensively, needless to say, he's going to fill that void right where Marcus Smart left behind. He is quite arguably the best perimeter defender in the NBA today. If you disagree with me, that's perfectly fine, because there's tons of players out there who have gone out and said that Jrue Holiday is the toughest player that they've gone up against, on the defensive end of things. So, look, he's not a perfect player. Like I said, his efficiency has taken a hit in the playoffs, but hopefully in a role where he's going to be asked to be a number 3 or number 4 option at most, theoretically, his efficiency shouldn't drop as much. Now, I feel like, for the Celtics, it's an A. Look, Malcolm Brogdon and Robert Williams, they were big pieces to the table. Now, the way I look at it is that they traded away 2 relatively injury-prone players for an all-star level starting point guard. And that's why I say you make this trade 10 out of 10 times. Malcolm Brogdon, great player. He's a good starter himself. We saw what he did in Indiana. But with that being said, his body broke down in the playoffs and he couldn't shoot the ball. Robert Williams, when he's healthy, which is a big if, he's a game changer, Like, obviously in 2022, he maybe arguably should have won DPOY over Marcus Smart. Like, his impact is enormous for the Celtics team. Like, he elevates the Celtics ceiling so much. But the problem is, he doesn't play many games. He only played 35 games last season. He doesn't look as explosive and as athletic as he did in that 2022 campaign. And I feel like Brad Stevens, he probably just saw the past few years what Marcus Smart, Grant Williams, and Robert Williams were bringing to the table as role players next to Tatum, next to Brown, and they just weren't delivering enough. And he probably said, fuck it, we've got to pull the trigger and retool the roster around the 2 Js. And I feel like that's why it's an A for me, because we saw that the other guys, it just wasn't panning out. They weren't getting where they needed to be. Like, yes, they had conference finals appearances. They made the finals once, but they couldn't get over the hump. And now you add in Jrue Holiday, Kristaps Porzingis. I think it's excellent for the Celtics. They do lose some big man depth, obviously, which is concerning because Porzingis is injury prone himself. Al Horford's 37 years of age. But with that being said, Robert Williams, like I said, he wasn't the most healthy. He wasn't a spring chicken either, right? So they signed Wenyen Gabriel. Look, I feel like overall it's an upgrade, okay? Now, as for the Portland Trail Blazers, I give this an A+ for them. Robert Williams was a near untouchable player when it came to trade talks and things like that, in recent years for the Celtics. And he was someone who was often only maybe tradable for a star player. And I suppose that's what Jrue Holiday is, because they got Robert Williams. His stock is a little low right now because of the knee issues and things like that. But if you're the Trailblazers, you can afford to wait a few years and see if he pans out. He's on a team-friendly deal. And you just got to take that gamble because, like I said, he's a game changer when he is healthy. And now they can build around Robert Williams and DeAndre Ayton. That's a nice big man, young core to go around, the backcourt of, Simon, Scoot Henderson, Shaedon Sharpe, and all those guys. So I really like this trade for the Trailblazers. So, yeah, he's got injury concerns, but it's great. Look, as for Malcolm Brogdon, the Trailblazers, it's pretty flexible here. They can either hang on for him for a little bit, maybe be a mentor to some of the young guys, or they can let him start the season off in Portland, let him build his stock back up a bit until he's good enough to be flipped at the trade deadline. Or if there's a team desperate enough in need for him, they can flip him right now if they want as well. Look at the Clippers, for example. He's been linked to the Clippers for quite a while. Perhaps Marcus Morris is an expiry contract and a few second-round picks will get it done. We'll see how that goes. Realistically speaking, Jrue Holiday, he wasn't someone that's just going to be traded, to the Miami Heat for a Tyler Hero type guy because, look, he's on a big contract. He's got a player option at the end of this season, and you don't want to take a gamble on someone like Jrue Holiday who might end up being a one-year rental if you're the Miami Heat, especially if the player that you're trading for a Jrue Holiday is Tyler Hero. So it's only like a slight upgrade, right? If anything. So I can see why the Heat didn't pull the trigger. Look, regardless, for what the Damian Lillard situation has turned out to be, I think overall it's been an absolute win for the Blazers. So they got the total haul now is DeAndre Ayton, Robert Williams III. You got 3 first-round picks, 2 pick swaps, and Tumani, Kamara, whoever that fella is. But I really love this trade for the Blazers. Like I said, if they flip Brogdon for an expiring deal, which will clear out some space, cap space, as well as a few second-round picks, that makes it, even more sweeter. But overall, give the Celtics an A, Trailblazers an A+. Let me know down in the comment section below, who do you have winning, who do you have losing the trade? Make sure to like, subscribe. Thank you guys very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.